Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Welcome to another beautiful day of Spadas. Today is another special day, very simple day. We're going to talk about and we're going to exercise eating a balanced diet. A balanced diet. To understand what a balanced diet is, you have to forget what they call the traditional methods of dieting and what your dietitian has told you. Because your first understanding of a balanced diet is to understand who you are in order to know how to balance who you are. Because who you are is your diet. Your plate is who you are. What you eat, what you drink, what you breathe, what you take in for growth is who you are. So you first have to understand who you are in order to understand what to take in and what would help. Do you see what I mean? So scientifically, biologically, so we're doing biology, we're doing science, and we're doing maths. All these three subjects, and engineering, all these three subjects, they come together, all these four, they are one. So watch this. The human, scientifically, you are earth. What you see of me is the earth of me. That's what you see. The foods I eat, they combine to grow me. Therefore, that's the earth of me. So earth. What you see mathematically is 20% of who I really am. Imagine that. Everything you see is only 20% of me. The earth of me. Now, inside me, inside the earth of me, is 80% mathematically. And that 80% is water, scientifically, biologically. So you don't see that because it's inside of me. It comes out when I sweat. So I need to take in a balanced me in earth, a balanced me in water. And I need to proportion that at 20% earth, 80% water. And then air is absolute to me. And you, life, air, oxygen, oxygenated blood, living blood is red and blue, red and blue. Dead blood is black or just simply red. But if it's living blood, it's oxygenated blood, therefore is red and blue, red and blue. So I need to take in oxygen like food. And then I need to take in the sun because the sun is for my growth. It's for my growth. So these four things and how I balance them, because I am earth 20%, I am water 80%, air is absolute to me. I can't go without it. And the sun is for my growth. These are the four things that come together to make the pyramid of life with four sides. Earth, water, air, and sun coming together to a tip to make life at the tip. That's all the pyramid represents. The four elements of life coming together to a tip to make life, which is what you see in front of you, which is what you are. So once you can balance your earth properly, your air, your water, and your sun, now you need to channel that energy. So today what we're going to do, this is how we begin the day as a Spadasizer. This is how you begin the day. We wake up very early as we can, because this is the right sun for growth, photosynthesis. But before that, before the sun even rises, the air is really cool and the air is really breezy. That is oxygenated air. So we came out, or I was out before, and I did a 1 hour breathing exercise, which was simply this. Which was simply me starting my day off with my first meal. So my first meal was today 1 hour at the first meal, 1 hour of oxygen, clean oxygen, 1 hour. That's my first meal of the day. Second, I went inside and hydrated with water, because air, once you breathe it in a lot, it actually dries your insides. You feel your throat is dry. So you need to hydrate. So I went to hydrate with water. Second meal. Third, I've come out because the sun is right. This sun is right for me to expose myself and receive growth hormones, vitamin D, photosynthesis. 3. So the fourth one will be, after this, I will go and have a mixture of leaves that have been boiled. So Indian leaves, neem tree leaves, papaya tree leaves, this, that. Loads of different trees, nyani leaves. All these leaves are very good. And the Bible tells you, the Bible specifically says, eat the fruits, use the leaves and the herbs to heal yourself, and plant the seeds. So follow this: plant the seed, eat the fruit, and use the leaves to heal yourself. So my first earthy meal is the leaves of the earth that I eat. Boil them, saturate it, and drink the water. This aligns my stomach with all the enzymes that break fat, that help me to oxygenize properly, as the trees do. This actually helps me to mimic the trees and exactly how they coincide side by side with the sun, air, earth, and water. So that's the first earthy meal. But I've had 4 meals already. Do you think I'm hungry? No, I won't be. I've had 3, sorry. I'll have the 4th one after this, which is the earthy leaves. All these will align my stomach with the right enzymes that break down food, that help my digestive system, that help my organs, my respiratory organs, everything. And then after that, a few hours, maybe 2 hours after that, I'll have my first, let's say, solid meal. But I've had water, air, earth, and sun in proportions that will grow me. A true balanced diet. That's what we're aiming for here. So our first exercise today is to eat the sun. Or second, sorry, is to eat the sun. To eat the sun, the same way we ate air, we have to channel it into our system. Because when you eat, you don't just eat here. You eat and it channels down here. So when we're eating the sun, we also have to channel it. When we're eating air, we have to channel it. Emotion efficiency does that perfectly. So we're going to eat the sun and we're going to eat air at the same time because it's breezy. So let's go. Balanced diet. Sorry, forgot to remind you of the rules of Spadas. Spadas, 1. Activate all lower muscles going to the back by hoofing. 1. Activation, 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 activation. 2. Tense at every opportunity you have. 3. Get a rhythmic breathing pattern. You're calling for the energy, you're taking in the energy, and you're directing it towards. Because when the muscle is being used, it demands for more energy. And 4, if you're not having fun, stop. The 4 basic rules of spadicizing for a healthier life. Let's go. Okay, I guess you know the sun's up. Yeah, so we're going to use the sun for lighting, so you can actually see the muscle groups that are being worked. So now, unfortunately, you're not going to see the sun anymore, but you're going to see the sun doing its work, actually reflecting on my body, telling you that I'm eating it. Let's go. Oops. lest we forget the people that perhaps don't have the ability to do strenuous exercises like we do. Spadas actually focuses on working the body from the inside out. Hence why you don't see me using that much or that many weights to build my body. That is called glove weight hands, and it's not actually to add weight, it's to strengthen my fingers and my hold. That's why there's no, it's big so I can't cry, because that is wrong. No activation, very little. That is a lot of activation. So glove weight hands is purely for this bit. Do you see what I mean? So for people who are less able to move, the exercise, the focus of this is actually to strengthen your inner core, using your heart as the driving engine for the rest of your body. Because if your heart and your brain receive enough oxygen, strokes can be cancelled out, and I guarantee you that your heart receiving the right food, the right water, the right air, and the right sun will make your heart a cell producing engine, meaning your heart working will make cells produce in you that grow you better, rather than you building from the outside, which most bodybuilders, if you don't know, are rotten on the inside, looking good on the outside. Here, you're going to look good on the inside, and it's going to reflect on the outside. So for less able body movers, the whole thing is about training the heart. I can't use anything to train my heart but oxygen. So let's get you guys involved. Look, breathing pattern, training the heart. Tense every muscle that you are able to from this position, even when you're incapable. So, even as a stroke victim, where you're lying, where you can't do much, straighten up your body to allow the flow of oxygen to be able to reach your weak parts. As long as your strong heart keeps taking in the right oxygen and keeps pumping it, eventually it will reawaken the sleeping cells, and it will also at the same time take away the dead cells. Eventually, you will feel tingling sensations. That is the beginning of the healing, because if you're not feeling a tingling sensation, it means it's not being connected. And most of the time, we feel it from the tippy fingers or the tippy toes. That's why people move their hands. From a coma, they move their hands. It's because the sign is saying that oxygen is right now reaching from there to there, all the way to the tips of their tippy fingers and the tippy toes. And those are the beginning of motion is here. The beginning of motion is here. Do you see what I mean? So they are the first things that someone is innate to move. So even if you're unable to move like any one of us can, as long as you're breathing, spadasizing is for you. Eventually, it will be eventually will be back to facing your enemies. Keep going, keep going. Spadasizing is about maximizing your potential, not anyone's potential. It's not about matching, because we're all going to grow differently. We're all going to see our natural body shapes. So spadasizing It's for anyone. And as time goes, you get up, you stand on your hooves, and then you activate your whole self. Let's go. A few more minutes. I need to go and open the shop. A few more minutes. Tense, tense. Drop it. Remember, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing diet and it's a balancing act. When you balance the diet with the act, that's why the laws are called Act 1, Act 2. You have to balance everything with an act. Let's go. I was saying that I can train Deontay Wilder to beat Tyson Fury, but it will be not because I don't like Tyson Fury, but because I believe Tyson Fury would like it. He would like to see someone, put him to his meter. And the problem is, he understands that, because he said it. He said, I am 1 and he is 2. Only 2 stands the chance of beating 1. And I can give that advantage for 2 to beat 1. You see, Wilder needs to get on his hooves. Yeah? Look. Yeah? Look. Stance. Now we've got the Floyd Mayweather stance for such a wide person like Wilder. Yeah? Comfortably, yeah? If he steps to the side, Tyson is confused. This is Tyson's fight. Tyson, yeah? Tyson. Sorry. Tyson. Yeah? Tyson. Fury. Imagine Tyson. Now, this is me, Fury. Yeah? Tyson's out. I hit him here. I can end the fight. I get him here. Tyson. I hit him here. 2 shots in the first round here. 2 shots in the first round here. Tyson becomes this. That's not his fight. That's not Tyson's fight. That's not Tyson's fight. Because, yeah, hard, yeah, he's unable to do that. Or he's scared. Yeah? Fury. He's scared. Wilder, stop concentrating here. He's too big, he's too tall. And he blocks you. Yeah, now. 2 rounds. Fury. Wilder. Go low. Fury too high. Wilder. Go low. Fury too high. Fury too tired. Wilder. 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 Fourth round. Fury. Fifth round. Sixth round. Tyson. On the ropes. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. He needs support. He needs to support. He needs to support his weight. If he stood, he can't manage his energy up. He needs to support it. So when he lies, he's rested. And then he can. So bam, bam, bam. He goes to the ropes, step back. While to step back, tell him, come. Yeah, come. Let's go right here. Come. Yeah. Yeah. Move. Low. Step. Fury is lying on the floor. He's looking Wilder's direction. He's smiling. He's saying to himself, I finally met a match. I'm not getting up. If I get up, I'll lose miserably. He can't deny me a next round. I'm gonna get ready for the next round, rather. This is defeat. Defeat worthy of accepting. Woo. That's Tyson. And then you get ready for the next fight. And this time round, I go to Tyson's camp. And I show him 1 or 2 things. Yeah? And then we go for the 5th round. You're gonna see. And Tokwa. You see, The Ancient Art of War by Sun Tzu was written thousands of years before by the Akans, and they called it Entokwa. In translation into English is the Akan word for fight or fighting, Entokwa. But its true pronunciation is in phonetics. So it's actually a sentence, Entokwa, compressed data compression into one to describe or to name that which the sentence speaks of. So Entokwa, Ento, 2 words, N. N means do not or don't. To means throw. Kwa means anyhow, foolishly, or just like that. So do not throw anyhow. Do not throw foolishly. Do not throw just like that. throw tactically. The art of fighting, the art of war. Throw tactically. Move with precision. Move with reason. And don't throw stupidly. Fighting is a science. Is a science. The art of war is a science. Let me give you one quick one. You see the British flag? Yeah, the British flag is actually a stolen relic from the Akan world, and I'll explain it to you. Watch. We're talking about fighting and the art of fighting. And why do you think the British conquered almost half of the world? It's because they had the secret, the art of war, the secret of Ntokwa. Listen, this is how, and I can prove this. The proof is in the British Museum, yeah, and the proof is also in the Akan land. I'll show you. The British flag, what you have is, get this, a square, right? Like any other flag. And then you have a cross, a red cross, a thick red cross. And then you have, a red cross going across. And then diagonal to that, you have smaller sectioned red crosses. In between those, you have blues. Yeah? Okay. The Akans, they used to see the petticoat army coming. They were wearing blues. And they were always in marching formation, in a boxed formation. So the Akans developed a plan. Yeah? And don't throw lightly. I'm going to go through this quickly. You see the thick red lines? They represent the most dangerous areas. So the Akans will position the might of their armies at 4 corners. The aim is to divide and conquer. Understand that. The aim is to divide and conquer. So first, the heaviest fire will be to divide them into 4 quarters. Each quarter is still big, but you keep the quarters apart. You keep them apart. You keep them apart. Why? Because you're trying to get them into smaller sections so you can defeat them. Then you position a 4th at the 4 corners, whose aim is to do the same thing with a smaller firepower, but to divide them now into 8 quarters. 8 quarters. If you notice, it will be 15%, 10%, 25, 15%, 10%, 25, 15%, 10%, 25, 15%, 10%, 25. You will notice that the blue sections are not equal. One's bigger than the other. 10% and 15 make up 25. Altogether, that's 100% of the British Army divided up. Now, when you keep them apart, they're going to run for safety in the jungle. But the Akans were master tacticians. They were, in fact, the camouflage material, the history of its development, the British themselves will tell you, is from the Akans. This is the truth. Check it. Why? They were master jungle warfare tacticians, but they needed to dismantle you, make you smaller, and then defeat you. The art of war, Sang Soo and Tokwa. Don't throw just like that. Don't throw anyhow. Trust me. It's built in the blood. We'll come back. 1.